Hey everyone, it's Chef Ryan in the Growing Chefs Ontario classroom kitchen for another one of our monthly kids cooking class, with our theme being the Sugar Shack. That means all of our recipes are going to be featuring maple syrup. Today for this recipe, I'm going to be showing you how to make Maple Bacon Cheddar Scones. So let's take a look at everything we'll need for this recipe. To start my recipe, I'm going to begin by cutting up my butter. I want to cut it into little cubes, roughly the size of a pea, and then I'm going to get it into the fridge straight away. We want our butter to be nice and cold for these scones. While my butter is chilling, I'm going to grate up my cheese. So I have a nice old sharp cheddar cheese that I'll grate completely. So I'll put my grated cheese right into my large mixing bowl. Next, I have some chives that I'm going to mince up. If you can't find chives, you can use green onions as well. Just make sure they're cut very finely. I can add my chives into the bowl with my cheese. Cheese and onions is one of my favorite flavor combinations. I'm going to mix in my flour, my salt, and my baking powder. I'll stir this all together, and I'm going to get it into the fridge as well so it's nice and chilled. While my butter and my flour mixture are chilling, I'm going to cut up and cook my bacon. So I have some nice thick cut bacon here that I'm just going to split down the center and then run my knife through it. We want relatively tiny pieces so that we don't have large clumps of bacon in our scones. Keep in mind, as the bacon cooks down, it's going to shrink in size as well. As your bacon is cooking, make sure you stir it around often and break up all those little pieces. Be careful that the oil doesn't spit at you. Sometimes, if you have one of these, a splatter screen at home, it helps to reduce the mess and the chances of the bacon spitting at you. We want our bacon to be nice and crispy. While your bacon is cooking, you can prepare a small plate lined with a paper towel. We're going to drain any excess fat when our bacon is finished cooking. My bacon is finished cooking. It's nice and dark brown, but not burnt, and crispy. So now I'm going to very carefully move it to my paper towel and drain any of that bacon fat that might be left. After I do this, I'll let my bacon cool down completely. Now it's time to mix everything together. So I have some buttermilk here that I'm going to stir my maple syrup into. And I'll set that off to the side. And now I'm going to add my butter to my flour. So the reason we want our butter to be nice and chilled is because when that cold butter hits the oven, it's going to melt it and release steam. And that steam is going to give us the nice flaky layers to our biscuit. So I'm just going to mix the butter roughly into my flour, and I'm sort of squishing the pieces up a little bit with my finger as I go. You still want to see nice big chunks of butter in your mixture. Next, I'll pour in that buttermilk mixture, and I'll stir in my bacon as well. We'll mix it all together. We don't want to overmix. We want nice, tender, flaky biscuits. So just mix until everything comes together. So once you have sort of a rough dough, you can switch to your hands and bring everything together. Now it's time to roll out our biscuits. So I have my oven preheating to 350 degrees. I'm going to liberally flour my clean work surface, and then I'll put my little ball of dough on top of that. Flour the top of your ball of dough, and then you can begin to roll it out. So we're looking for about 1 inch thick. Just like that. So if we take a look, you can see there's some marbling of butter pieces throughout my dough. This is exactly what we're looking for. So now you can take your round cookie cutter and start to punch out your biscuits. I have a baking sheet lined with parchment paper so that they don't stick to my baking sheet. Once you can't cut out any more circles, just ball your dough back up together and roll it out again. You should be able to get 12 scones out of this recipe. Once you get your 12 scones, place them in the fridge to chill for 15 more minutes. After chilling, our scones are just about ready to hit the oven. But first, we're going to brush them with some butter and maple syrup. So in my small pot here, I have some butter and maple syrup melting together. And then I have a pastry brush that I'm just going to brush the tops of my scones with. If you don't have a pastry brush at home, you can just take a spoon and spoon a little bit of the butter and maple syrup over top. I'll bake these scones for about 10 to 15 minutes until they're nice and golden brown on the top and the bottom. My scones are finished baking, and you can see they're a nice golden brown color on the top and the bottom. And if we look closely at the side, we can see lots of flaky layers in our scones. This is exactly what we're looking for.